We're going to start off today's practice in a comfortable seated position. That can be kneeling or cross-legged. If you find that uncomfortable, you can sit on a cushion or even a block. Just resting the back of our hands on our knees and sitting up nice and tall, relaxing our shoulders down away from our ears. Lengthen our spine by drawing the crown of our head up towards the sky. Now, just find the natural rhythm of your breath to begin with. As you inhale, expand your belly for a full breath in. And as you exhale, feel your belly draw back towards your spine. And maybe start to close your eyes. And notice if your facial muscles are feeling tight. Bring your awareness to the muscles between your eyebrows and see if you can relax a little deeper. Then bring your awareness to your jaw. See if you can relax even more. Now I'm going to walk us through a breathing technique that teaches us to calm our mind and body. In this breathing technique, we're going to focus on the exhalation more than the inhale. When we focus on the exhalation, it actually stimulates a nerve called the vagus nerve, which is the central nerve that connects our mind and body. So as we do that, you'll find yourself in a more calmer state, ready for meditation and deeper stretches. So, deep breath in through your nose, expand your belly for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6 counts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just keep being consistent with this breath throughout the whole practice. Now let's come to tabletop position. Bringing our hands directly underneath our shoulders, making sure that our index fingers are always pointing forward when our palms are on the mat. This helps to activate our shoulders. Keeping our knees hip distance apart. We're just going to drop our belly down, lift the chest, tilt the tailbone up. And then slowly we're going to lean our belly over to the left, draw a big circle around the spine and shift our body towards the right side and drop the belly again. And just do these belly circles just to get our spine warmed up, getting our body moving a little bit before we go into deep stretches. And a circle the other way. And come back to center. Staying consistent with the breath. Remember to focus more on the exhalation. Then from here, we're going to reach the right arm up towards the sky. Take a twist. Breathe in. As we exhale, threading the right arm underneath the left arm and lowering the right shoulder down onto the mat. You can either choose to lift your left arm up and take a bind, wrapping the left arm around the waist, feeling that left shoulder lift up towards the ceiling. Or you can reach your left arm out to the top right corner of the mat. Take whichever variation feels best for you. And just breathe into the space. Holding here for 2 more rounds of breath. And slowly walk your left hand back in, pressing back up, coming to the other side now. Left arm reaches up, take a twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring that left shoulder down towards the mat. You can take the variation where your right arm is up towards the ceiling, or maybe even take a bind for a deeper shoulder stretch, or maybe just stretching your right arm out to the top left corner of the mat. If you take the last variation, you might feel a nice little stretch in the lat area as well. Slowly walk your hands back in, pressing back up into tabletop position. Very good. Now we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. We're going to tilt the tailbone up, lift the chest, breathe in, Long exhale, round the spine, press through your palms, spread the shoulder blades. Again, breathe in. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more like that. One more. Slowly come back to neutral. Right leg extends back. We're going to tuck the right knee in towards the chest, squeeze the knee up, extend back. Do 3 like that. 3, 2, and 1. Tuck it in, squeeze the knee up towards the chin, and step that right foot forward. Shuffle the right foot all the way forward, making sure that your hips are not directly over your left knee, but a bit further forward, allowing space for your hips to sink down. Keep your right knee stacked over the right heel, and from here, we want to rest our arms down onto our thighs. Take 2 rounds of breath here, just to ease into it first to begin with. Relax your shoulders down, away from your ears. Then we're going to slowly straighten out our front leg. Hands come onto the mat, or if it's hard to reach, maybe place one hand on your shin. Lengthen your spine, drawing your chest forward and flexing the right foot, toes pointing straight up. Then from here, we're going to bend the front knee, come back to low lunge. And do that a few more times, syncing it to your own breath, following your rhythm. You should be able to feel a nice hip stretch here on the left side. And as you straighten into half split, as you flex your right foot, you should feel a nice calf and hamstring stretch. One more. And straighten out. Very good. Hold it here, shifting the right hip back a little bit, left hip forward, squaring off the hips, and then really lengthen the spine here, drawing your chest forward. One more breath in, expand the belly. Long exhale. Slowly release. Very good. Slowly reach your arms up now. We're going to bend the elbows, come to cactus arms. Chest forward, lean back slightly, slowly closing in, bring your palms to touch. One more like that. Breathe in. Palms to touch. Frame your front foot. Bring your right knee back. And then come back to tabletop position. Coming to the other side, left leg extends back. Tuck the knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it. Extend back. Tuck it in, squeeze. Extend back. Tuck it in, and then this time step through between your hands. Shuffle the left foot forward a bit more, trying to keep that left knee stacked over the left heel. And make sure that your hips are not stacked over the right knee, but a bit further forward, allowing space for your hips to sink down for the stretch, opening up the right side here. And just resting your arms on your forearms on your thighs, just to ease into the stretch. Relax your shoulders down, away from your ears, keeping a long, flat spine. Then from here, slowly straighten out your front leg. If you have blocks and you want to grab onto them, that could help as well. Shifting your left hip back, right hip forward, square off the hips, and then flow between low lunge and half split. Get your body moving a little bit before we come into the deep stretches. And then finishing off in half split, staying there for one more breath. Flex the left foot, toes pointing straight up, lengthen the spine, and then slowly bend your front knee. Very good. Reach your arms up, breathe in, and then come to cactus arms, bending your elbows 90 degrees. Lift your gaze slightly, closing in, bring your palms to touch. Open up for cactus arms one more time. And exhale, bring your palms to touch. Frame the front foot, and then bring your left knee back. Very good. Now rest in child's pose for a moment and refocus back on your breath. Maybe palms facing up, allow your fingers to curl in naturally. I want you to keep recentering back into your breath. And as you focus on your breath, I want you to also bring your awareness to your facial muscles to notice if it's feeling tight. If you can relax the muscles between your eyebrows, your jaw, and just letting everything go. Coming back to the theme for today, which was rest and recharge. It's really easy for us to burn out, whether it be work or in our training. And when we train really hard, we don't allow ourselves to rest and recharge. And so in today's practice, that's what we're going to remind ourselves to do, is to recenter, come back to child's pose, recharge before we keep going. Then slowly coming back up. Very good. Now we're going to come into downward facing dog. So lifting our hips up high and dropping our head between our arms. Make sure that our ears are next to our biceps. And if you find that you're hunching your back a lot and your ears can't get next to your biceps, then I want you to bend your knees a lot. Press your chest back towards your thighs. It's really important to have the form right, especially in our upper body, because this helps open up our lat muscles, which gets really tight in our training. So that's really important. Then if you can keep the upper body form, slowly allow your heels to sink down towards the mat and then paddle out your feet. Feeling a nice stretch in the calves and hamstrings now. And then now bend your left knee, press your right heel down towards the mat. Come into a very nice deep stretch. You might even feel it come all the way up towards your glutes. Keep pressing your chest back, focusing on the exhalation. Two more rounds of deep breath here. I know it's pretty strong on the upper body as well, but try to shift more of your weight towards your heels instead of dumping it into the wrists. And then other side, bending your right knee, press your left heel down towards the mat. Feel the stretch from your calves, towards the hamstrings, all the way up towards the glutes. Two more rounds of breath. And then slowly paddle it out. Very good. Now we're going to bring the right knee towards the right wrist. And then shuffle that right foot up towards the left wrist. Come into pigeon pose. In our pigeon pose, I want you to focus on flexing the right foot, which means drawing the right toes back towards the shin. This helps to protect our knees in our hip stretches. Now, if you have the flexibility, maybe shuffle that right foot up higher so your shin is as parallel to the top of the mat as you can. But if it's feeling very tight, maybe bend the knee a little bit more. You can either put a block or a pillow underneath your right hip here so it can sit nicely. I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer. And it'll start to get a little bit uncomfortable, but stay here with me. Folding down, coming onto your forearms. Maybe even stretching your arms all the way forward. Rotate your hips to the left side. And if you want to come a little bit deeper, what I like to do is I stretch my right arm forward and thread the left arm underneath the right arm so that I lower the left shoulder down. This forces you to rotate your upper body towards the left a little bit more. And you get a little bit of a stretch in your deltoid area as well. And just resting here, take whatever variation works for you today. Noticing if you are tightening your facial muscles once again, bringing your awareness to the muscles between your eyebrows and your jaw. And just relax a little bit deeper. And with every exhale, allow your body to sink down a little deeper into the stretch. I'm going to hold here for 5 more rounds of deep breath and focusing on the exhalation. Maybe close your eyes. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly walk your hands back in. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to curl the left toes, lift the left knee up, extend the right leg all the way back for 3-legged dog and just shake out that leg. Allow the blood flow to come back through. Nice work. And then bring that right foot back down to downward facing dog, other side. Left knee to the left wrist and shuffle that left foot up towards the right wrist. And just adjust accordingly. Remember to flex the left foot to protect the knees in this hip stretch. Then rotate our hips to the right slightly. Take whatever variation suits you today. Every day could be a little bit different. Some days your hips feel a little bit tighter. Some days you feel like you can come into a deeper stretch. So maybe you're just staying upright, maybe you come onto your forearms, maybe you stretch your arms all the way forward, or maybe even stretch your left arm forward and thread the right arm underneath, allowing your right shoulder to stretch at the same time. And just maybe close your eyes here. Come back to your breath. And it's very easy for our mind to want to wander really far and think about other things. So every time you catch yourself doing that, keep coming back to the breath and maybe even start counting your breath in. 4 seconds inhale, 6 seconds exhale. Five more rounds of deep breath here. As we stay here for longer, we're going to stretch deeper into the muscles. And often a lot of these areas are neglected. And so you find yourself feeling very uncomfortable as you come into these poses. But just stay with me and just count in and out through the breath. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly walk your hands back in. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your right toes, lift your right knee up, extend the left leg all the way back and just kick the leg out. Allow some blood flow to come back in. And then lower the left foot down, coming onto our knees and coming onto our belly. We're going to stretch our deltoids now, which is often an area that gets really tight from our training. So we're going to stretch the left arm forward, lifting our chest up slightly so we can thread the right arm underneath, like what we did earlier. But I'm going to give you different variations to come deeper into it because sometimes your deltoids might be feeling tighter, sometimes you can go deeper into it. So the slightly easy variation is to just allow your body to sink down onto that right arm. If you want to come deeper into the stretch, then stretch your left arm across your chest to the right side as well, and just allow your body weight to sink down all the way. And stay here. Take whichever variation you prefer for today, and start to center your upper body so that your upper body, your shoulder is squared. This is a really good shoulder stretch to do without really opening up the heart center. I have a tendency to try to avoid heart opening poses when it comes to evening or before you sleep because heart openers tend to be energizing, but at the same time our shoulders do get tight, so this is a good way to still get some kind of shoulder stretch in. Two more rounds of deep breath here. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring that left hand back in, pressing back up. Come to the other side. So pressing your right hand in front, thread that left arm underneath, and rest your upper body down. If you want to come deeper into it, bring that right arm across the chest over to the left and just allow your body weight to sink down. Hold here for around 5 more rounds of deep breath. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Walk that right hand back in. Slowly pressing back up. Come into child's pose. Refocus back onto your breath again. Sinking your hips down towards your heels, palms facing up. Allow your fingers to naturally curl in. Slowly coming out of child's pose, we're going to move into frog pose now. So we're going to slide our knees out to the side. So if you find that it's not very comfortable for your knees, you might want to slip a cushion underneath, or maybe put the mat sideways so that it can be some cushioning for your knees. We're going to bend our knees 90 degrees and keeping our hips in line with our knees. That's how you can maximize the benefits of this stretch. So coming onto your forearms, and we're going to try not to let our hips shift forward. We're going to keep it in one straight line, and we're going to flex our feet. From here, if you can go deeper into the stretch, you can cross your arms in front and allow your chest to sink down. You should feel your abductors stretching, and just allow your knees to slide out and just breathe here. Maybe even resting your forehead down. If it's a bit too much for you, you can just come onto your palms and support yourself, or even place a pillow in front of you. That's a really good way for you to elevate yourself a little bit. I'm going to stay here for 5 rounds of deep breath. Two more rounds of deep breath. Allow your chest to sink down a little bit lower. And slowly walking your hands back up. Very good. Slowly slide your knees back in. I want to sweep the legs all the way forward now. I want to do some reclining poses. So lying down on your back, want to lift the legs up. This is called legs up the wall. This pose is a very good way for you to do an inversion and maximize the benefits of the inversion without having to do an arm balance or very advanced poses. How I like to do it is usually to place a block underneath or a pillow underneath, or if you don't have that with you, you can lift your hips up and just place your hands underneath your hips. What you call an inversion is basically if your heart center is higher than your head. So by lifting up our hips a little bit, we're actually already in an inversion, and helps reverse the circulation of the blood flow and actually helps you sleep better. So just staying here for a moment. Stay here for 5 more rounds of deep breath, maybe even closing your eyes and just recentering back to your breath. Noticing if you are tightening any facial muscles once again. Bring your awareness to all the muscles in your body and just relaxing a little deeper. 2 more rounds of deep breath. Keep focusing on the exhalation. And slowly bend your knees, lower down. We're going to come into reclining butterfly pose. Bringing your soles of your feet to touch and bending your knees and allowing your knees to splay out to the side. There's a few ways you can do this. You can just lie down on your mat, or you can lie on a pillow along your spine, or you can just place a cushion underneath your head and just relax in this pose. And start to bring your awareness to your shoulders. Allow your shoulders to melt down towards the mat. And slowly do a body scan, allowing your awareness to come down towards your fingertips. Let your fingertips naturally curl in. Noticing if your hips feel different. As we are ending our practice soon, notice if it feels lighter. We're going to inhale and expand our belly. Now as we exhale, empty out all the air and hold your breath there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again, expand the belly. Long exhale until there's no more air left. And hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last time, inhale, expand the belly. And exhale it all out. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly maybe crack open your eyes. We're going to roll onto our sides and pressing back up. I'm going to finish today's practice with some neck stretches. I know often my neck feels very tight after training. And so I'm going to teach you a few different ways to stretch your neck. And depending on how tight your neck is feeling, you can take the different modifications. So the most simple form is to sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Then slowly we're going to tilt our head towards the left side. So left ear down towards the left shoulder. If that's enough for you, then just stay here. If you can come deeper into the stretch, left hand comes to the right ear, and like a weight, your palm will draw your head down towards the left shoulder a little bit more. Then I'm going to give you 2 more variations that you can attempt. The first one is to spider crawl your right fingers over to the right side along the mat. And as you do that, you'll feel the lengthening of the neck muscles all the way even down towards the shoulder area. And just hold it there. Or another variation is to lift your hips up and sit onto that right hand and tilt your head towards the left side. Whichever variation you decide to take, just stay there for a moment and maybe just close your eyes. Refocus back on your breath. Then slowly tilt your chin up towards the sky a little bit more. You find yourself come deeper into the neck stretch. You might feel it go all the way down towards your traps. Remember to relax the facial muscles, especially those between your eyebrows. They tend to tense up a lot. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, coming out of it. Very good. Other side now. Take whichever variation that you did on the other side on this side. So tilting your head towards the right side, either stay here or right hand goes onto the left ear. Spider crawl your left fingers along the mat to the left side, or maybe sit onto the left hand. Close your eyes and refocus back on your breath. maybe tilt the chin up towards the sky a little bit more. A few more rounds of breath here. And slowly releasing, coming out of it. Very good. Now tilt the head all the way back. And using your chin, draw a rainbow, tilting side to side. Noticing if anything feels uncomfortable. If you feel any sharp pain, then come out of the pose slowly. But if it's just uncomfortable, then stay there. Finding any kinks in your neck that you can loosen up a little bit. And come back to center. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Relax your shoulders down, but still sitting up nice and tall. Draw a little smiley face with your chin, tilting side to side. Noticing the back of your neck stretching. And then interlace your fingers. Bring your palms on the top of your head, using it as a weight. Drawing your head down a little bit. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Very good. Sweep your arms overhead. Take a deep breath in. Lift your gaze. As you exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Hope you enjoyed your practice and that you can get a good night's sleep.